say, bro?
I'm the type of nigga stand on business, nigga. One man arm against 50, nigga.
What you wanna do that?
I stand on business, nigga.
What you do?
The Batman Beyond movie was rejected. Now listen, I never really understand why studios almost never give the audience what they ask for, and they definitely have given us what they asked for. But what I mean specifically when I say they never give the audience what they ask for is, you know, with characters that never really get their own standalones. At least they haven't been for quite some time, because they only really get their standalones and their comics, but never really in their own movies or TV shows. They never really hand off the torch, if you know what I mean. And they literally have the manpower to make these films, but I guess, you know, Batman Beyond isn't an evil character that's killing people. So I guess I wouldn't fit in the DC universe. And let me just start by saying Batman Beyond has been a character that people have been hoping for a good representation in either a movie or a video game, that people have been wanting for a very long time. It's a character people would think they would see after, you know, the banger that was the Arkham video games, and it definitely would have been, you know, properly set up, because the whole point of Batman Beyond is that he's born after, you know, or like during Batman's in his heydays, and by the time Terry McGuigan's grows up to be able to hold his own, you know, Batman or Bruce Wayne and other characters like Nightwing and Robin, they're too old now. So the whole point is that Batman Beyond needs to stop these villains, but he's too young, so it forces Bruce Wayne to be a mentor, which you don't really see him being a mentor really, and it really just makes for a good mentor / student type movie. And it definitely, you know, it definitely has a good premise, you know what I mean? It does not show Terry killing people, but it does show the villains being way more violent because they realize that Bruce Wayne is now gone. And people have been hoping that these movies would, you know, be made after, you know, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, or Ben Affleck's, you know, in the Flash movie, he was kind of seen as not wanting to be the Batman anymore. It definitely would. There have definitely been many moments in the DCU universe where this movie and this character could have gotten a good representation, but hey, what do I know? I'm not the studio making these movies. I really hope that this new DC universe being sparked next year just doesn't suffer from making movies to look cool and make their characters look cool instead of actually giving their characters more depth, because Terry McGuigan's is a character rich in like storytelling and character arcs, you know what I mean? He just kind of always doubts himself, you know. He's like really shits himself by even thinking like, how am I supposed to take on the mantle of being the Batman, whenever he was hoping, you know, like Bruce Wayne would help, but Bruce Wayne is too old. And that's the whole point, you know. It really forces Bruce to hand off the torch to Terry, and I just never understand why that never happens in actual movies that we get now. I really hope that the new Robert Pattinson movies, like once that Bruce Wayne is too old, I really hope that's how it hands off to the next character, whether it be Robin or Nightwing. It just hands off to just hopefully somebody else, because I never want to say that Bruce Wayne would you know, he would get old on me. And I don't mean old by age, I mean like literally getting old, like just getting tired of that character. I never want to say those words, but I definitely would say it is very possible that these characters would just get tired, like we would just get tired of seeing them. And I really just hope that it would hand off to, say, Nightwing or Robin or Terry McGuigan's and Batman Beyond, because Robert Pattinson's movies definitely have set up something very special, and I definitely think that would make for more. That would continue the trilogy that Batman gets after it's completed, if you know what I mean. Said this movie would definitely have gotten the audiences interested into the DC universe again, but instead we get, you know, shit like the Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and we also get, you know, shit like Madam Web, which I understand is not the same studio, so, you know, don't be going typing the fucking comment right now. This will definitely get audiences interested back into the DC live action universe, or sorry, not the live action universe, the DC animated universe. And the DC animated universe has made a bunch of bangers. They made the Red Hood, they made so many Batman stories. I hope that this Batman Beyond universe was gonna, you know, continue with that storyline of the DC animated universe. They definitely have way more movies than the live action DC movies, so it definitely does feel a little bit bloated. It definitely would get hard to kind of get invested into all that. But I was really hoping that this Batman Beyond movie was going to continue that story, but instead we get, you know, the disaster of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which the player count for this has dropped to less than 1,000 players. And that makes sense, you know what I mean? It's a storytelling game. You know, it's gonna drop after people complete it and whatnot. It will definitely continue once, you know, or it will definitely rise once they release a new DLC. But from the looks of it, I really don't think that this game is gonna get a new DLC, and I also really hope that it does not. And like I always say, there have been like 8 or like 7 adaptations of Superman in the last decade or so, and pretty much all of them are shown killing people. I'm trying to make this a quick video. I'm not gonna try to talk for too long, and besides, there's really not that much to say. But it's been a roller coaster, to say the least. I just never understand why, you know, studios just can't make movies that people ask for, you know what I mean? Like I always say, I never try to be negative in any of my videos, but looking at this year's release schedule for movies, I'm probably going to be making a lot more videos of me shitting on these future projects.
No. Wait.